Good evening, I'm Jon Snow. I'm an ambassador for Ambitious About Autism. I hope you're having a terrific evening. Thanks so much for supporting what is an expanding cause. You know, the shock of diagnosis of autism in your child is a very, very big one. And you know, Tracy, who you're going to see in this film in a moment, describes it as being like hit by a train. Like so many parents, she was confused. She was desperate for support. She wanted information. And that's where Talk About Autism came in. Because here was an online support mechanism which not only answered her questions, but gave her the kind of support that she needed right in that moment. She didn't have to make an appointment. She didn't have to ring anybody up to say, can I talk to you tomorrow or next week? It was right there and then. Other people who had experienced the same thing, had experienced the diagnosis of their child with autism, they were there to tell her what happens next, what you do next, and where you can turn for help. Tracy has two sons, Jake and Dylan. They both have autism, and yet with that huge workload, she herself volunteers as a community champion for Talk About Autism. She actually gives the same kind of help and advice, navigation, and ways around the site, where to turn for extra help, that she herself gained when she first came to the site in 2010. Since it was launched 4 years ago, Talk About Autism has helped thousands of parents with autistic children. And yet there are thousands more out there who've never discovered the existence of the site. And what we want tonight is to raise the profile, expand the services of Talk About Autism so that thousands more can have what Tracy got, which was the ability to find the support that she needed to bring up Jake and Dylan. So look, on this fabulous evening, will you please dig deep and help support Talk About Autism?
Dylan was diagnosed on the week of his 4th birthday.
Can I have a third? Yeah.
By the time we got the diagnosis, I really knew that the diagnosis was coming. Every report I'd written about him had indicated that he had autism. And I went off to the hospital on my own with him, and when the paediatrician said it, it just hit me like a train completely. And I left the hospital, and I had Dylan in one hand, a support group leaflet in the other hand, and I thought, wow, what do I do now? With Dylan, I was in complete denial and didn't want to listen to begin with. And with Jake, I realised from a very early age, I just saw the signs in him and I thought he did have it. And the paediatrician phoned me. I was driving, so I had her on loudspeaker in the car, and she said, yes, he has got ASD. I joined Talk About Autism in August 2009, which was a month after Dylan was diagnosed. And to begin with, I was just looking for advice from people that I knew were in the same position or had been. Once your child is diagnosed with autism, you don't automatically get lots of help. You know, there's nothing you can give them to help them or cure them as such. It's more about putting therapies in place to help them, learning strategies to live with. So the professionals can't really tell you much. I found actually talking to other parents was just the biggest help ever. So going online, I just used to ask so many questions about different things. I mean, it just really helped me, giving me a way to go forward. And I did feel really lonely at the time, despite being surrounded by close family and friends. It's really isolating because no one else truly understands, as much as they might try or sympathise. I don't think that you really know unless you've actually been through it yourself. It's just great to go on there and know that no one's going to judge you. You can have your bad days and everyone will be there to support you. The way that I was being helped in turn helped my family. So I think when other parents tap into that information, it gives them practical ideas, you know, like toilet training and things, sleep, eating, things that they can actually go away, get ideas from other parents, try them, come back. So I think that's what we're there for, and I think that's why it works so well. It means the world to me. I'm really honoured to be a champion. Autism's obviously something that I'm passionate about. It feels good that everyone involved would talk about autism, and the charity as a whole. We're all striving for better futures for people with autism, and to be part of that and feel like I'm really doing something, it just really means a lot. And obviously I have to be passionate and ambitious about autism for my own sons.